Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Really appreciate you guys watching. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to get a condemned property in Scranton. And the first step after you buy a property that's condemned is that you got to get a performance bond for the city of Scranton. The city of Scranton requires that you get a performance bond, or that you give them, I think it's $100,000. They can hold cash, or you get a $10,000 performance bond for $100 for the year. That performance bond basically states that you have to finish the job. If not, they file a claim on the bond. Okay guys, so here's what that performance bond actually looks like, and let's go here. So they put the name of whoever buys it, what it's for, the condition of the above obligation, that whereas said principal has issued a license or permit described as follows: plumbing, electrical, and contractor work. So you see the dates here from May 8th, 2023, which is when I bought this bond, and it's good for a year. And let me give you this resource. If you're in Scranton and you're looking to get a performance bond, this is one of the few agents that do it. Gary DeBilio Agency, here it is. 302 South Main Avenue in Scranton. Not all nationwide agencies do these bonds. So once you get that performance bond, the next step is you have to go into City Hall. You have to go there, pay them. I'm not sure how they figure the payment. I know it cost me, I don't know if it was because the last time I did it, I don't remember what I paid. For this particular property, it's a 12 unit, so I paid $350. I go with the bond, I write them a check, and then that check is for the inspector. So there's a third-party vendor that inspects the property, which what that inspector does is he or she goes in the property, sees what's out of compliance, and then tells me, these are the things you're gonna do. We have a discussion. I tell them what I'm gonna do, like windows. I have to repair all the windows. They tell me what I'm gonna need to pull permits for and the work I need to do to get a certificate of occupancy, because ultimately the goal is to buy this condemned property, fix it, and then let the city issue me a C of O. This is what the building looks like. It's 12 units, one building, as you see here. But here's all the things I checked off, right? So these are all the things that I have to do. So roofing, walls, peeling paint, roof walls, peeling paint, handrail stairs, emergency lighting, exit signs. So this is all light work stuff, easy stuff. Extinguishers, accessible, installed, smoke, carbon monoxide, fire alarm installed. Guys, if you're in the city of Scranton, this video is super helpful. I wish someone had done a video like this for me when I started buying in that city and in the area, sharing this process with me. Now, see what it says here? All work must be completed by a contractor licensed with the city. If you call the city of Scranton, they will email you a list of all of their contractors. Actually, guys, I used to be intimidated by this list because I used to think, oh my gosh, I got these contractors on that list. I don't know why. I just had a limiting belief around it. And I got to calling on that list, and I found some really good professional people on that list. Just think about it. If you got to get licensed in the city of Scranton, you got to go through a testing, or you got to have reference, you got to have experience. You need an architect. So if you're a contractor and you're listening to this, you need to have an architect reference, you need an engineer reference, you need a contractor reference, you need to have 4 years of experience in business. It's not easy. Or you need to have a equivalent of a test that you have to have passed. Or you need an inspector also to give you a reference. So it's not an easy thing to do, but when you do get it and you know those guys on that list, although there are some clowns there, most of the guys on that list were pretty competent. I called a bunch of electricians to get some numbers, and I got a couple of, I'm gonna say 10. I got like 4 show up. I got one that was very competent, and then everyone else was kind of scared of the job. So now with this piece of paper, I give this to my contractor, my GC, and my GC goes and says, okay, guys, here's the plans. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be replacing the porch. I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna be putting floor covering. So he's gonna pull all of these permits for all of these different things. And now we can begin the work. So if you're doing a duplex, the process is not that big. You don't need architectural drawings, just so you know, because I've done it in duplexes. Because of the size and scope of this particular job, you need architectural drawings. Once the architect does the plans, my contractor goes with the plans and gives the plans to the city, says, hey, here's everything, here's the existing structure, here's what we're doing, so you know what's there. And then the electrician also goes with the plans. And that's it, pretty much. At that point, you pull your permits, you pay for the permits, and you start the rehab and you start the job. And once that job is done and you've checked off everything on this list, so now I have a checklist. See, the beauty about this is that I now have a checklist to go by. You know what? When I'm done with the job, the city can't come at me sideways telling me, I'm not going to give you a CO. This is what is beautiful about this, because I don't like you or because of whatever. I'm not going to play that card, or maybe the inspector didn't like you. They can't play that with you. They got to go by code. They got to go by the list. Here's the list you told me to do. I did everything as to your liking and your expectations. Give me a CO. That inspector comes back, fire and zoning come back. They look, they see I put the fire extinguishers, they see I put all of those things in place where they need to be. I did all the plumbing correctly. They look at the electrical is done properly, all that stuff. And they say, here you go pick up your CO. Of course, it's a money grab. I'm sure I'm gonna have to pay some more money, but it's all good. It's when you're doing a deal like this, it's certainly worth the process, guys. So I'm excited for it. I hope that this video helps you in your future endeavors, and I hope that you found value. If you found value in this video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, save it, like it, and please go and check out my podcast. If you like content like this, I'm constantly interviewing top-notch real estate investors in my podcast. Go check me out on there. I'm putting out 2 episodes every week. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.